In Liverpool, football is the consuming passion. Liverpool Football Club has long been the main source of pride for a proud people. For an eternity, they were untouchable in England and abroad. And yet, given all the riches that its supporters have seen, for 30 years, a shadow loomed. For 3 decades, the league title was nowhere to be seen at Anfield. Until June 2020, when on a summer's night, the long wait was over. Supporters all around the world wept tears of joy, and one man's name was on everyone's lips. The man who had put flesh on their dearest dreams. All the way from Germany's Black Forest, Jürgen Norbert Klopp.
Hello. I'm good. How are you? Wow. Well, I see it as an absolute blessing, my football life, because I never saw it like this, obviously, as a player, because it was for me hard work constantly. I loved the game so much, but I never could play it like I wanted to play it. So that was a constant fight with myself. And people told me, you are smart enough, you could do something serious, a proper job in life, and you don't have to play for a couple of euros or mark. And when I started in the second division in Germany, so I fought myself through my career, if you want, until finally somebody had the idea to make me the coach of the team. I can do nothing as good as I can do that. Now the blessing is that I had so much luck with my clubs, it's incredible. You probably don't know Mainz 05 that well, why should you? But it's a wonderful little club which grew in the last few years massively. And then you get the offer to go to Dortmund. And if you think about an emotional club in Germany, then the 2 most emotional clubs are for sure Schalke and Dortmund. When I got the call from my agent that Liverpool called, it felt right from the first second. And I can say it's the biggest honor I can imagine to be here. After a few weeks, we have a really special atmosphere. Away City, away Chelsea, 1 or 2 home games, especially the Borussia Dortmund game was early and all this kind of stuff. So we had little signs that we are probably on the right path. But a massive knock at Kiev. The year after, we played a season which I never saw before, to be honest. But there was a team with a point more. Really, most importantly, we connected completely with our fans. So I'm 53 years old, and it was the most serious thing whatever happened since I'm alive. So, which the whole world involved. And when I thought about it, obviously I'm the first generation, pretty much, without any kind of war. This crisis punched the whole world in pretty much the same moment. But it just showed us what is really important in life.
On June the 25th, the day after Liverpool's win over Crystal Palace, Man City took on Chelsea. Jürgen Klopp and his players gathered together at Formby Hall. Anything but a City victory, and the league title was theirs.
On a glorious summer's evening in late June, we can say today could be the day for Liverpool.
We did what we thought is right. We have to be together. This will be forever. And if something happens, we have to be together. Otherwise, we call each other and say, oh, congratulations, that's not possible. It started really relaxed. It was another game as well, so we watched it with one eye. Chelsea against City started, and we were all like eating barbecue, and then but everybody was watching as well, and then Chelsea scored the first goal. Celebration, like I only saw when we score usually, and I don't like that too much. It's too early. It's Man City, and why we celebrate like this? It's good. They need a goal, obviously, or for a draw. So then De Bruyne. Free kick, and it looks like, yeah, of course. So like being angry with the Chelsea goalkeeper a little bit, come on, jump, or catch the ball, or whatever. The situation around the penalty for Chelsea, they had before a big chance with a block on the goal line or whatever, that was before already. So then the situation again, and it's like, bam, and the ball is in, no, it's not, and the ball is up. And in a moment when they didn't score in that situation, Ali gets up and said, I cannot watch it anymore, and leaves. A second later, the first guy said, it was handball. And then replay, and everybody was shouting, handball! Then everybody's shouting, that's a red card. Red card! So we wait for VAR, handball, red card, celebrating, penalty in celebration. And then counting the minutes. It was just incredible. And I called my family 10 seconds before the end of the game. And I said, okay, I love you all. I put the phone now on the table. Leave your phone on, then you can see what happens here. Absolutely one of the best football moments I ever had in my life. It was absolutely exceptional, and you have no idea how it will feel before it happens. It was pure joy, massive relief in the next second, and then I started crying. Then I wanted to speak to Ulla and I couldn't. I had her on the phone and I couldn't speak. I just was crying. I didn't know why it happened. I had no idea. And so I was proud of, what I was worried about. It's just, I couldn't stop. I had never in my life a situation where I just couldn't stop crying and didn't know exactly why.
And for Liverpool, the day has finally come. On this hottest of flaming June summer nights, the great red drought has come to an end. The 30 years of hurt are over at long last.
Since then, it never stopped. We had to play football. I'm happy with the games we played, not so much with the results, but with the football, because this is the basis for what we will do next year again.
We're about to be officially crowned Premier League champions. Jordan Henderson will follow in the footsteps of Alan Hansen, Graham Souness, Phil Thompson, Emlyn Hughes, Ron Yates, the Colossus.
Being manager of this club is a big honor. I see it as pure luck, but it was some responsibility, let me say it like this, and obviously that fell off my shoulders in that moment.
Liverpool, champions once again! 30 years we've waited for this! What joy! What scenes of incredible celebrations! Absolutely incredible what this manager we've brought in from Germany has done for us.
The Holy Grail had been delivered. 3 decades of emptiness had come to a close. And as the parties wore on into the night, one man's name was on everyone's lips. The man who made Liverpool champions of England again. Jürgen Norbert Klopp.
So let me say, when on the stone on my grave, and there's, he was a good guy, then I'm fine. Then I'm completely fine. And nothing that has nothing to do with success or whatever. Being a good guy would have been enough, I would say.
Jürgen Klopp has turned doubters into believers. What a team this is! 18 points ahead of Manchester City. We've broken record after record. We've won won trophy after trophy, the Champions League last season, the UEFA Super Cup this season to go with the FIFA Club World Cup, and now the big one, the one we've all been waiting for, the Premier League title.
Champions of England, Europe and the world. Unbelievable. Because of you, by the way.
There we go. Great one. Great one.